Good morning. Glad you're back with the Country Boy Can Cook. We're gonna make cornbread today. Yeah, this ain't your mama's cornbread. This is the old dude way. I've got some real thin sliced onions. I mean, little thin slice. And I'm gonna chop them in even smaller pieces. I just want the hint of onion. I don't want any big chunky pieces in here. So if y'all see any chunky pieces jumping off this side, be sure and say, hey, you missed a chunk there. You're gonna really enjoy this cornbread. All right. Here's where it starts getting really different. I've got some leftover taters, probably maybe 1 cup. And they're cold right out of the fridge. I'm gonna put my finely diced, chopped, petite, whatever you want to call it, onions in my taters. And you're thinking, what's the old dude making? Potato pancakes? Yes, you could at this point. And I love potato pancakes, except there's really not enough to make them out of this. And so we're going to do cornbread. All right, so I'm going to get a spoon here. I'm going to mix it with. There you go. My wooden paddle here. I'm just going to incorporate it in. If you wanted to make potato pancakes at this point, you could add cheese, egg, and a little bit of flour and bind it all together. Enough flour to get it all bound together and make patties and fry it up, and there you are. But we're going to go a step further than that. We're going to make something good. We're having turnip greens for dinner, and I've been wanting to fix this, so I've got just a little bit. I mean, there's probably 2 tablespoons of shredded cheese. See that going in? Trying to make it good. The cheese will melt. It just gives it a good flavor. I mean, I doubt that you'll be able to ever see any cheese on my cornbread. You can buy high temperature melt cheese and put it in there. It's the same that they use in sausage when you get sausage and cheese, like a deer sausage or smoked sausage with cheese in it. At some barbecue places, they make a high temperature cheese that doesn't melt so quick. But this is just regular old cheddar, and it's going to melt away for sure. All right, let me get up 2 other things here. I've got 2 of their ingredients that's going to go before I add my cornbread mix. Get this here. So I've got a small can of green chilies diced. Get the lid over. I've had them upside down over on a strainer. This is kind of like all your wet ingredients that needs to be mixed up pretty good before you add the cornbread mix. I've got some Wally World, just some whole kernel corn. It's not going to take a lot. It won't even take this whole can. Yeah, about a half a can. That's about 7 ounces. I think those cans are 15 ounces, so to be exact, 7.5 ounces. Hey, I can still count a little bit. I remember my high school teacher, Mrs. Vickers. She was my math teacher. I think she'd be surprised. Of course, she's long gone, but she was a sweet lady, and she had her favorites, and I was not one of them. I was on the rowdy side of things. You could actually take and put flour in this and make corn cakes out of this, or actually potato cakes. A little bit of flour and fry these up and make potato fritters. But now we're going to go more than that. I've got Martha White complete buttermilk cornbread mix. Just add water and milk, and I hope my bowl is going to be big enough. If not, you're going to see me transfer all of this, and I don't think it's going to be, but we'll see here in just a minute. I'm using 2 bags. And while we're talking, I've got a cast iron skillet over here preheating with Crisco in it. I don't want to put it into a cold pan when I bake it. I want it to get a head start. Oh yeah, we're going to have to get another bowl to put this in for sure. And like magic, it's in a bigger bowl. All right, I've got those all pretty well combined. All the flour and the cornbread. The complete cornbread mix has got got cornmeal and flour in it. So it's got everything to make it rise. So you don't have to put any eggs or anything. You can use water or milk. I particularly like buttermilk. Make sure this is okay. Oh, it smells so good. I think it takes about 1/2 cup on the recipe. Let me see my paper here. I might have to go get my specs on. 2/3 of a cup of milk. This is actually whole milk. It had got down to about here, and it wasn't sour, but it was kind of blinky. I don't know if that's that's something my dad always said. So I don't know where he came with that, but it was right on the edge of turning sour, enough that I didn't enjoy drinking it as regular milk. So I always have buttermilk in there. So I just poured some buttermilk into it 2 weeks ago. And within 2 hours, the live cultures in the buttermilk has changed this over into buttermilk. So let me pour a little bit in. 2/3 of a cup. It's going to be as you see, I didn't measure it. I just want it, it's got to be thin enough that I can pour down into my skillet. Oh, that smells so good. Yeah, if you've got buttermilk and it's almost running out, pour you some whole milk in there. I don't know that 2% or 1% of will do it. And I can guarantee you, oh man, that's a piece of a pepper stem or something. I don't think almond milk would do it, or oat milk, but to be honest, we grew oats on the farm, and we baled oat hay, and we fed it to we thrashed it and fed it to our cows and their horses. And boys and girls, in my public service announcement today, I ain't never seen an oat kernel, which is about this big, have tits to get milk out of, and it infuriates me when they say oat milk or almond milk. Once again, go to an almond tree and try to grab you a hold of an udder and strip and get some milk out of it. No, it's almond juice and it's oat juice. Sorry about that. I hate them. I hate that when they use that term. It just infuriates me. See, the old dude get riled up first thing this morning. I mean, if that's what you drink, that's great. I just think, and they kind of got on to him about that a couple of years ago about calling it milk, and they had to rephrase something. I think all right, I'm gonna put just a little bit more in here. I say I want this smooth enough that I can pour it into a big cast iron skillet. Oh yeah, it's getting there now. I was talking about Uncle. He was born and raised in Mississippi, up in the Delta. He just had surgery, and we have stayed friends, even though him and my blood aunt, my sisters, my mother's sister, they got a divorce after about 50 years of marriage. You know, it's life, and then she passed away a few years after that. I loved her and I loved him, and just because they got a divorce, I didn't stop loving him. I mean, he was always there for me. He's a good dude. And anyway, through the years, because he was from Mississippi and raised soybeans and cotton and all that, I'm gonna mix and talk at the same time. I got to referring to him as Mississippi Mud Farmer because it was really muddy there all the time. And he embraced that. He really did. He liked me calling him that. So, and now he lives on the coast down in Alabama. I should have said L.A. He lives in L.A., Lower Alabama. All right, this is getting about where I need it to be. I'm going to add a little Goya seasoning. Yeah, not a lot, just a little bit. It's got garlic and everything in it, so. I just got a supply yesterday of garlic in. I'm not going to put it in this, but got a big container, and I'm going to take about half of this and put it in my stovetop smoker and do smoked garlic. Oh boy, that's some great stuff. If you mix smoked garlic and smoked cayenne pepper together, I've got a recipe for that, and I call it Great Balls of Fire, because baby, it is. But it is so good. It's good on wings. It's good on everything. You can mix it with a little bit of sour cream and make the best dip. So anyway, I think it's about ready. You know what? I got a little bit more milk left. I don't know if it's going to take it all or not. I don't want it too runny. It'll take forever to cook out. I've got my oven set at 400. That's usually about what I cook cornbread on. So anyway, the Mississippi Mud Farmer, as I was talking about, we were talking yesterday, and we were talking cornbread. He watches my videos. So hello, Leon, when you watch this. Hello, Mississippi Mud Farmer. He was talking about how his mother would make cornbread, and he had a little brother named Bobby, and she spoiled both of them, because the Mississippi Mud Farmer, he liked it thin and crunchy on both sides, you know, real crunchy on both sides, just a little bit, and his brother wanted it thick. So his sweet mother, and I met her back in the 60s before she passed away, and she was the sweetest. Gosh, she was a great cook, and she was so sweet, and she was like, when you talk to her, she was like the true Southern lady. Their speech and everything, the way she walked, the way she talked. A great mother. So, Grandma Tubbs, and that's what I call her, Grandma Tubbs, even though she wasn't my grandma. So, we were talking about how his mother spoilt him and his brother. She'd make one pan of cornbread, thin one, and then make another pan thick. Now that's what a mama does for her boys. Yes, did it spoil them? Yes. But that's what a mama does. She spoils the kids. All right, I'm going to turn the skillet up to high. I'm going to get up. I don't want to sit here and try to do this. It's too hard to do it single-handedly. So I'm going to stand up and do this. So I'll be right back with you. All right, back with you up here in the sky. I'm 6'2", and I'm standing taller and taller every day since my accident. All right, Let me grab a hot pad. And I went and checked my oven, and it's on 425. I forgot I preheated it really hot. All right, let me get this camera down so you can see everything. It's a long ways down to where I'm filming. All right. I'm going to take and put a hot pad up here. I don't want to, I've burned my cutting board a few times. I don't mind it on the cabinet, it doesn't hurt a thing. So, it may sizzle just a little bit, but I just want it hot. I want that Crisco to envelop it. Oh, this is going to be good. This is almost a meal by itself, boys and girls. All right. And this is a tribute to Bobby Tubbs. He died, well, he was a crop duster. Did I tell you any more? I took a ride with him a couple of times, and he would be spraying one field of cotton, and the homeowner or the farmer would have cotton on both sides of the county road. Of course, there was high lines in between the road and the, running down each side. And Bobby would take and spray that field, and they usually kind of turn up and go back around and then go to the other field. But if it was the landowner that had it on both sides of the road, and I rode with him the first time he did this, I thought, crap, we're gonna die. Anyway, he just flew straight, made sure there wasn't no cars coming, went under the high line wires, we went across just like no big deal. It was maybe 5 foot from the top of his spray plane. I was back in the good old days in the 60s. He was a really cool guy, and one day he went up the end of a roll. I think they call it a hammerhead. That's where they go up at the end of the field, and they just climb up into a stall, and when it stalls and turns around, it hits pours the fuel to it, and here we come back down. And it stalled and did not make the turn and fell back on its tail. The way I understand, I wasn't there. And he stayed in the hospital for months in a coma, I believe, if I remember right. And he came back out, and he had to learn to walk and talk. I think he had the mental capacity maybe of a 10 or 12-year-old. I don't even remember that. And he was married with children. He's got a son right now. His son's name's Little Bobby. Yeah, of course. And he came back, and he was just never right. And I guess he just, he finally succumbed to all of his injuries, sickness here and sickness there. But he was a cool guy. I mean, he's got a book out written years ago. It's a short book, but it's a cool read. I can't think of the name. Maybe. I can't think of that. I don't want to tell you wrong. It's still available some places. I'll find out here in a little bit, and when I bring this stuff back, I'll let you know. So we're headed to the oven. Oh yeah, I checked I don't know if I told you, but I checked the oven. I turned it to 425. When I put this cornbread in, I'm going to turn it down to about 380 degrees. This is a double mixture. So see y'all in just a little bit, and I'll get the name of that book. All right, cornbread's in the oven. I preheated it on 425, 420. My oven cooks really hot. So once I put it in, I turned it to about 380 because it's a double mixture. It's 2 packs. And I think it says cook it on 425. but I'm afraid that it would burn it and not be done in the center. It's going to be creamy because of the mashed potatoes I put into it. But anyway, I looked up, let me get this camera turned here. I'm crooked. I looked up that and I thought I had the right name. It's Young Pilot Grounded Forever, Bobby Tubbs. Like I say, he kind of reminded me of, there was an actor on Baba Black Sheep, and I can't remember his name, but he was Colonel Boyington, I believe was his name, and he was kind of that type of attitude type dude, you know. He was good, he knew it, and he didn't mind telling you. And I cherish the times that I got to fly with him. I was just a kid. I guess I was, I don't know, 10 years old, 12 years old. And one of my things that started me on the life of having fun, enjoying life. So I'll bring you back when the cornbread comes out. And I'll also put a screenshot up of that book, Young Pilot Grounded Forever. It's a cool read, and I've never read very much in my life because I'm dyslexic, but I could read it and get to it, and it was a great little book. So I'll bring you back here in just a little bit. All right, this is 18 minutes in. It looks like it's a little dry around the corners, but I don't think it's done in the middle. Hold on, I'm going to try to do this one-handed. I know it's not done on the top because if I need more browning, you see I put a pan underneath. Yeah, it's not set yet. No, it is cooking crispy around the edges though. All right, let's check this baby. Okay. I don't see it jiggling. It must be set. All right, I'm not sure how to do this, but let's see. Yeah, I'll do it this hand. I'm gonna check it. See if we've done this here with a toothpick. There you go. Where you at? Oh, she's clean. She's got just a little crumb on her. Well, guess what, boys and girls? I wanted a little more brown on top. You can see the edges, they're brown. Oh yeah, looking good. So I'm gonna put her back in. I'm gonna turn it to broil for a minute. All right, let's go in for the look. It's been about 3 minutes under the broiler here. Oh yeah, goodness gracious, that looks good. Got to do this one-handed without getting burnt. I just can't do it one-handed. I'm gonna have to put the phone down. I'll bring you back in just a minute. All right, let's go get that cornbread. Oh man. Look at there, boys and girls. Now that's some goodness right there. I don't care who you are. Now this is not sweet cornbread. It's not a cornbread cake. This is cornbread. Turn around here and sit down. And, oh goodness. Yeah, I'll bring you back down here to my level. You will find cornbread recipes all over from one extreme to the other. Some of them have sugar put in them, some do not. I was raised on traditional cornbread, Texas cornbread, no sugar. It was crusty. My mother put bacon grease in a cast iron skillet. I don't have any bacon grease, so I put Crisco. And she mixed it, and she put that pan in the oven till it got 425. She pulled it out and poured her batter into it. And it was cornmeal, either yellow or white, it didn't matter, whatever we had on hand. She put baking powder, baking soda, salt. She used carnation milk, a canned milk. It has a richer flavor to it. And mix that up and put that in there. And when she poured it into that skillet, baby, it was sizzling. It was screaming like, let's get to the oven. But anyway, no sugar added to this. This Martha White is not sweet. I think they make a sweet cornbread, Martha White. I don't know because I don't buy it. So anyway, let's get this down here so you can see it. You can see all that goodness. gracious. Let me grab a knife out of here. What's going on? Yeah. Oh yeah. Get everything up here. Alright. You can hear it's crusty on top. Boy, it's soft on the inside. All right, you can see the smoke coming out. Let me get something to get that cornbread out, and I'll be right back with you. There it is, boys and girls. Oh my God, it smells good. Let me put some butter on this. All right, I put some butter on this baby. Can't wait to get a bite of it. All right, back with you. Let me get down here and show this beautiful sight here. Oh yeah, you can see the butter melting on top. This cornbread is dedicated to the Mississippi mud farmer. He had surgery last week, a couple of surgeries, and he's doing good. He was always like my older brother. I never had an older brother, but he was like it. So let me cut into this, and I think it's cool enough now I can get a bite without setting my lips totally on fire. It's soft and tender. I knew it would be with the mashed potatoes I put in it. And I don't have a recipe because I cook by the seat of my pants. But it's still smoking. But it shouldn't be too hot. Those chilies are just mild. Yep. Yeah, here and get another bite. It's falling apart off my spoon, my fork here. Mmm. I was right, not spicy. I mean, not spicy hot. It's got good flavor to it. There's a difference between hot and spicy. Two different worlds. You didn't think I was just going to stop at one bite, did you? Oh my God. It's creamy on the inside, not dried out. It's got a ton of flavor to it. Sorry about this, but I finished breakfast a couple of hours ago and I'm hungry, especially for this. Mr. Big Man's been coming in here. Daddy, I can smell something good. Well, boys and girls, I won't have the amounts on everything except two packages of complete cornbread mix, and I'm sure you could use Martha White or any other brand. Just add milk or water. I put buttermilk, and the rest of it just look. There was maybe a cup full of mashed potatoes left over that I put in there. One little can of green chilies, about a half a can of corn. I was trying to think anything else I put in it. A little adobo seasoning. You watch the video, and I hope you can get the recipe off of there. So, like I say, this is a tribute to the Mississippi Mud Farmer. Wish you were here. I'd be serving you up a big piece of cornbread. Crispy on top and bottom and thick. This would have helped your mother out. Anyway, hope the Mississippi Mud Farmer is getting better. I will talk to him in just a little bit because he's down in LA, Lower Alabama now. Back with you for the second part of this cook, the cornbread. God, that piece I had was just wonderful. Can't wait to have the rest of it this evening, or not all of it, but some of it, with my collard greens. All right. I've got about 1/4 of a large onion, the sweet onion. Chop it up. That's good. I'm going to split it in half one time to make it less dangerous to cut. Push it back together. There you go, boys and girls. I've got some red pepper flakes, some garlic powder, some smoked brown sugar, some bacon, smoked brown sugar bacon, and around here, I've got some ham. All of these are going to make some wonderful greens here in just a little bit. Let me turn the camera around and I'll start adding this stuff. Back with you. So I've got about maybe a couple of tablespoons of oil, and I just turned my burner on. I'm gonna put this onion in. I'm gonna saute these until they get soft. Also going to add my red pepper flakes. I'll add them now. Not a lot. And that will blend the flavor on those. Add a little bit of garlic. Not a lot. It's going to start cooking pretty quick. I've got it on high. Get this ham in. Open this pack. I don't have any smoked turkey, nothing to add to it right now, so just going to use luncheon ham, good quality. Get this package open. Don't think about it if I know it's sealed up yet. Get my stir stick here. Alright. Put this ham in. That'll make some good flavor. Feel the flavor a little bit at a time. Here, big man. I'll turn this down. I don't want to burn everything. Oh, it's just a big man coming to get here. Multi-tool. I just want this Just a little translucent on the onions, not a lot. Get my bacon in here. Which I'll have to share some more. I don't have a lot of it. I cooked this the other day. It's actually turkey bacon. Turned out really good. Big man, you want a piece of bacon? That's a crazy case of napkin. Oh, Daddy. Oh, Daddy, that's a good pile of bacon. Here you go, one more piece. Big man. Big man. One more piece. He said, I think I dropped some. He's down there on the floor looking. When you're cooking greens, collard greens, mustard greens, spinach, they're all in the same family. Be sure to layer your flavors in a little bit at a time. And what you're doing right now is really giving the greens the flavors that it's going to have them. Alright, let me get my greens unpackaged and I'll be right back with you. Alright, back with you. How about chopped collard greens and chopped spinach together? I will not add any liquid to this. I don't think I'll have to. Once it cuts this down, get every bit of that goodness out of there. Should be enough moisture in it. And if I do, it'll be very little moisture I put into it. I'm going to get this mixed in really good. I'm cooking this in my wife's mother's heavy aluminum cookware. I forget the brand of it. Her name was Margie. She lived in Arkansas a long, happy life. She had arthritis. They had moved there, I guess, after Loretta's dad got out of service. They had been in Germany for a long time. He had been in Korea. Anyway, she had a crippling arthritis, and so they moved there because the waters in Hot Springs, Arkansas, the mineral waters and stuff, and the mineral baths. Anyway, when she passed away, my wife got this cookware. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to cook in. I'm going to add one other thing, just because I don't add sugar. But here's the brown sugar, the smoked brown sugar. I don't want it sweet. I just want to level off the playing field. Get this done before I put the lid on it. I'm going to let this slow simmer. We'll come back here and check it in maybe 15 minutes and see if it needs water or stock or anything else. So put the lid and let it have a little rest for a little bit. Alright, back with you. It's been about 20 minutes, not too long. Long enough to get this stuff hot. Turn this camera around here. Take a look at that goodness in there. You can see it's making liquor right now. That's pot liquor. That's what this is called. It's just juices when this stuff starts cooking down and it releases everything. There's people that swear up and down that this will cure anything, just the pot liquor. I know one thing, it'll sure put a happy face on your face. That and a little bit of cornbread. Oh man. I'm gonna slow cook this down. I've got one other thing to add to it. The old dude's gonna put some pepper in it. No salt because the ham has salt in it. And I mean, if I need it at the end, I don't think so. I try to don't add any salt to anything unless I do when I'm getting ready to eat it. I eat this stuff with pepper sauce. Sport peppers, the little green peppers that's in the little bottles. It's so good on this. A lot of people eat hot sauce, like, you know, Louisiana sauce on it. You can see it's building the liquor right there. Oh yeah, that's good. So, all right, back to bed. I'm gonna let this cook for about an hour, slow simmering. Put it on the lowest point here. Get straight here. See my big hand cover everything. So anyway, bring you back here about an hour or so. See how it's looking. Do a taste test. See if it needs anything. And it's going to be a great supper. That cornbread and these greens cooked together, it just doesn't get any better than that. Talk to y'all in just a while. All right, back with you. Let's check on these greens. I've had her in simmering there just about an hour and a half. Look down here at this pot of goodness here. Oh yeah. The ham is cooked good. Look at that liquor. Oh man. Now, that's some good stuff, folks. If you wonder about the name of my channel, A Country Boy Can Cook, yeah, should tell you everything you need to know. Let me try a little bit of this. All right, back with you. We need to take a taste of this. Got me a Jethro spoon. Oh goodness. Boys and girls, that's really good. All right. I'll show you how a country boy eats collards and cornbread. So you put some butter on your cornbread, just like I did. You let it sit there and melt a minute. You take these and Trappy's pepper sauce, doctor your greens down. That's what we call it, doctoring it up. It's got a little heat, but not bad. And then you take your cornbread. Look, get back in there, butter. You can't disappear on me. And you put it on top of your greens. Or vice versa. You could put the cornbread down and put your greens on top and put all your pot liquor in there. I've got it turned off, and it'll make even more pot liquor as it's sitting there. So let's get a bite of this good stuff. Making a mess here. Use that cornbread to sop up that green liquor there. Get up here. Yeah. Let's see here. It's hot. What was a girl that just takes you back? Flood of memories. My mother making this, all of us sitting at the table eating it. I've made it through the years, and I've used turkey and ham and sausage and everything else to make these greens with. You really can't make them bad. It doesn't need any salt. I had not salted this, so only thing I would do different, I would eat this whole thing. So it's gonna be my dinner tonight. Thanks for being here. The old dude enjoys his Facebook family and also his YouTube family. As I grow, more and more people send messages, questions about the food, messages about the food, questions and messages about my health, and I appreciate that. It's always nice to know someone's looking out for you, and that's what I'm here for, just to share my life stories, and I hope you enjoy it. Please share, and please subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're not new, you've already been here for a while, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. So like, share, and comment. Old dude's gonna have dinner. That's some really, really, really good eating right there, boys and girls. Take it from the old dude. You need to try this recipe and enjoy like I do.